The U.S.-led diplomatic boycott of the Beijing Winter Olympics snowballed Wednesday as Australia, Canada and the United Kingdom signed on, sending a message on human rights violations and drawing a frosty response from China. The Biden administration's Monday decision was followed by announcements from top U.S. allies, including British Prime Minister Boris Johnson, who said there would be, effectively, a diplomatic boycott of the Winter Olympics in Beijing. No ministers are expected to attend and no officials. Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau said at a press conference on Ottawa's Parliament Hill that, "We are extremely concerned by the repeated human rights violations by the Chinese government." Mr. Trudeau said, "That is why we are announcing today that we will not be sending any diplomatic representation to the Beijing Olympic and Paralympic Games this winter. Our athletes have been training for years and are looking forward to compete at the highest level against athletes from around the world." Hours earlier, Australian Prime Minister Scott Morrison confirmed that no dignitaries would join the Olympic delegation, prompting a Chinese official to retort that, no one would care about whether they come or not. According to the Xinhua news agency's translation, Chinese Foreign Ministry spokesperson Wang Wenbin said at a Wednesday press conference, "We have reiterated many times that the Winter Olympic Games is not a stage for political posturing and manipulation. China hasn't invited any Australian government official to attend the Beijing Winter Olympics. In fact, no one would care whether they come or not. An Australian politician's political stunt for selfish gains has no impact whatsoever on the Olympics." That said, the absence of top Western dignitaries threatens to keep China's human rights record in the spotlight and take the shine off Beijing's image as host of the 2022 Winter Olympic and Paralympic Games in February. Lithuania announced last week that it would refuse to send a diplomatic delegation. New Zealand also plans to keep its government officials at home, although Deputy Prime Minister Grant Robertson said the decision was made in October based on the pandemic. White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki announced Monday that no U.S. government officials would accompany the athletes. She cited Beijing's ongoing genocide and crimes against humanity in Xinjiang and other human rights abuses. She said, "The athletes on Team USA have our full support. We will be behind them 100% as we cheer them on from home. We will not be contributing to the fanfare of the Games." While Chinese Foreign Ministry spokesperson Zhao Lijian said Beijing would respond with firm countermeasures, and warned that a diplomatic boycott could hurt relations with the U.S. on other matters. Mr. Zhao said at a Monday press briefing, "The U.S. should stop politicizing sports and stop disrupting and undermining the Beijing Winter Olympics, lest it should affect bilateral dialogue and cooperation in important areas and international and regional issues." Thomas Bach, president of the International Olympic Committee, said his focus was on the athletes at the Games, which run from February 4 to February 20. The Paralympic Games will follow from March 4 to March 13. Mr. Bach said in a video news conference, as reported by Reuters. The IOC has always been concerned with the participation of the athletes in the Olympic Games. We welcome the support for their Olympic teams that all these governments have been emphasizing. Speculation swirled Wednesday about whether the snub would mushroom. Italy, which is slated to host the 2026 Winter Olympics, has reportedly decided not to join the boycott. Russian President Vladimir Putin has reportedly accepted an invitation to appear at the Games, which could make him the first state leader to meet with Chinese President Xi Jinping since the pandemic began.